All right. We're on now. Salutes. Welcome. I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
about this hour, this upcoming hour that I hope to be graced with. This is so cool.
Mm,
Go ahead. I know this is like so backwards, but this is just conversation.
hmm
So just
Okay.
introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are.
I go by the name of Mikial, and I've done a little bit, to say the least. I've done a little bit. I'm a proud father of 9 children. I have my own imprint, production company, publishing company, and we just recently started a nonprofit as well to help people raise awareness about, the social injustices. Bunch of things. We're involved in film production, clothes, you name it. Like everyone else, we're just trying to have, our mark on the culture, pretty
That
much.
is
So,
so cool.
yeah.
You know what's so funny is that I added a child.
You did? You said
Yeah,
10?
yes.
Whoa. Not shit. No, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah, 9 beautiful children, 5 sons, 4 daughters. And they're amazing. They keep me going and they help me understand the importance of not just self, like the role that we all play in the world. Hopefully.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. They're definitely awesome. And they're crazy because they range from the age of 19 all the way down to 6. So I have every facet of a child right now, from a young adult to the baby.
I think that is the coolest thing because you are literally planting your seeds.
Yeah. Yeah, it is said, I don't know if it's factual. People get real political when we start talking religion and stuff, but it is
Yeah.
said the prophet Jacob had 12.
Uh-huh.
So, 9 is kind of light in that aspect.
And there's some men with more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the most humbling and realest thing about having a beautiful family like that is that I know I'm gonna live forever through them.
Right.
And if I just make sure one of them understands how to be a better person in life, um, I think I did my job. But the goal is to get all 9. But I have one that's kind of wild.
That is so funny. I really thought 10.
No, you trying to get me in trouble. It is not 10. It is 9. And it's interesting because our imprint, our label is called Ochoe, right?
Hmm.
Originally it was 8 eggs. And then we had my baby girl. We're gonna say Pootie. I'm not gonna say her real name on here. And we had my baby girl, and I was like, dang, what do I do now with all of the business side of it? The paperwork, the fictitious business name, the business accounts, the trust, blah, blah, blah. And a good brother of mine, if he's watching this, shout out to Colossal, he started calling 8 eggs Ocho E. So then it
Uh-huh.
shifted into Ocho E, and I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I don't lose the origin of the 8, and it's easier and it's shorter for people to repeat. And then later down the line, it ended up the name literally Ocho E. The each word has an acronym. So now it's outlaw children hustling over everything. But it really derived from I knew I needed to leave my children something, and I
Yeah.
wanted them to know this is my passion and this is the platform that I left for them. So yeah, that's
Wow. That's how
yeah.
that's how you came to that.
Yeah,
Like
stumbled
confidence.
stumbled
That's so
into it.
funny.
I wasn't even, and it's deep because you are like family. I consider you family.
For
Facts,
sure.
because
Yeah.
the people might not know it, but we got real history, right? And we've actually been blessed to meet each other face to face and
Yeah.
all
That
that
was
dope
dope.
stuff.
That was
And
dope.
just to see your evolution and like have this conversation now, and you're giving me a chance to share mine, it's surreal. Let me tell you that. Because I'm super, let me give you your roses now while we chopping it up. I'm
Wow. That make
super,
me
super
cry.
proud of you. And you're doing it. And thank you because it's needed. Not just the PR, not just the
Mm-hmm.
motivational speaking. I'm talking about you as a person, a
Mm-hmm.
black woman saying, hey, instead of me waiting on somebody to give it to me, I'm going to stand up and go get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're a huge inspiration to us. And we just hope to keep making you proud.
Oh man, what do I say after that? That's about to make me cry.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Right, right. But that's
um,
100. That's 100. And I can keep going. You can cut me off at any time, but I can, I've literally watched you make the transition from just being PR to a motivational speaker. Like I have that luxury of saying, I saw that transformation. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, you helped me realize like, well, caught that. You saw that? I bumped
you bumped the
my
tripod.
tripod. Yeah,
Okay.
knocked everything. I'm talking with my
You
hands
still
and
trying to move it.
can't help it. My bad. My bad. My
It's
bad,
okay.
y'all. But just to see you make that transition
Hmm.
and throughout that time, like a lot of people focus on their goal and they forget about the journey and they miss out on the things along that come with the journey
Right.
because they're so tunnel vision on their goal. And to see you evolve and still have that beautiful smile and be this beautiful person. And now it's like, you touching all of these different areas, different people, different facets of life, different genres,
Yeah.
different forms of content. It's like, okay, I know why I am who I am because look at my support system. You know what
The
I'm
people
saying?
that you have around you matters a whole
Mm,
great deal on your life, those that you surround yourself by.
mm,
Bishop Jakes had told me one time, right,
mm.
in a conversation that I needed to pay attention and keep people around me that feed me rather than need me. Because eventually,
Wow.
if you're not putting into each other, you're going to eventually be depleted. You're not going to have nothing left, not for yourself, not for anybody else, because you have surrounded yourself with vampires,
That's a
literally.
fact. And it's interesting, especially I know you relate to this, just being a parent, right? It's
Hmm.
very easy. It's very easy to become selfless and forget about self because you're about the betterment of the family no matter what it takes, no matter
Right.
what. You're the one responsible. They didn't ask to be here. You've got to make that sacrifice to keep them comfortable in a great space, and you can easily lose yourself. So there was a good brother of mine, Freeway,
Mm-hmm.
salams to the Ak, the whole Rock La Familia. That's a whole nother conversation, right? He gave a mutual friend of ours some advice because the friend was sharing with him at the time. I had 8 children. You still
Mm-hmm.
trying to give me 10, but it's not.
I'll get
We're gonna
okay.
cover that,
No,
right?
seriously, all of these years, that's been my perception.
Right. Wow. Well, I'm
I don't
fruitful,
know,
so hey,
but 10 though.
yeah, yeah. So we
Oh,
digress
go
though,
ahead.
but
Go back.
the
Okay.
most in correlation to what Bishop Jakes was telling you, right?
Mm-hmm.
What Freeway said to me, right, was that I had to learn how to be selfish and not selfish in the light of being extremely selfish, selfish enough that I can continue to move my family and I have to be selfish enough to take care of self that I'm able to be there for my family. And when he said that, that birthed us meeting shortly thereafter. And that's part of the reason why I brought it up. Because then I was like, yo, I got to go to New York. I got to go I can't sit here and just be dad mode. And this is my passion. And I'm a part of this culture and I love this culture and I want to
Uh-huh.
contribute to it. I got to figure out a way methodically. Dad is going to always be dad.
Right.
But if Mikial wants to be Mikial, I gotta be a little selfish. And had I not been a little selfish, I don't think I would have got to see you. And I visited you the day after my birthday because I flew in on my birthday. So I'll never forget our meeting, and you gave me such great compliments. And we've both done so much since then. We can get into that too.
We can talk
To
about
where
it a
now
little
it's
bit.
like, yeah, now it's like I understand, like, if people aren't, like what Bishop was saying again, if they're not feeding me, it's not a bad thing. I don't mean I'm not going to be cordial and speak, but you're
Uh-huh.
not going to be in my intimate circle because everyone around me eats. I feel like a Harlem cat. Everybody eats, B. You feel me? Everybody eats. You know what I mean? Which is, if I may,
Yeah.
a great segue into like what we're actually doing right now, right? So who do I start with first? I got to start with Michael first because I promised him I would.
Okay. Shout out to Michael.
So, yeah, Michael J. Payton, my guy.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
blessed.
Seen him grow. I've been
Yep.
watching him literally like grow.
Facts. You were there. You've been
Yeah,
there.
I've been there.
Facts. And I
Yeah.
told you then, because if you remember when he first started going to NYU, right?
Talk
And I
about it.
knew he was going to be in New York.
Uh-huh.
I hit you first and was like, yo, here's his info. Get with him. This kid is going to be famous. So fast forward now. I got to brag about him. I'm so
I
proud
know,
of
I'm
him.
so
He
excited.
shot, yeah, he shot out of the stratosphere and is
Uh-huh.
working with the legendary Irv Gotti. He's going to write, direct, and produce Irv's documentary. Right? I don't want to say who or how it's going to come out yet, because you know
That's not even
COVID-19 got us
right. Uh-huh.
on pause a little bit.
Right. Uh-huh.
But just to see him arrive at that point, and he's also very, 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 very influential in Justice for Us, which is the nonprofit I was speaking about. That kind of, we were sitting back and saying, now we got these platforms and there's access to these people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've got to do something bigger than just try to sell them some products and some content. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think the George Floyd situation was a wake-up call to the entire world. So we started a nonprofit, which is Justice for Us.
Okay.
And we've been doing some great stuff. We just recently interviewed on a Zoom call the chief. Oh, this, I keep bumping it. Me and my hands. At this point, look, at this point, I'm going to try to brace the tripod with something else. Yeah, so I don't keep bumping it with my hands. But as I was saying, we were fortunate to sit down with the chief of police and supervisor and a few other people that are very active in San Francisco in the community politics and really discuss like defunding the police, reform, and some of the steps we need to take. And it's just awesome to be around him, to even say I knew him to this point, and to have this platform, because the narrative needs to change. Not just the laws, not just what's going on in the world, the way we see ourselves, the way we honor ourselves, the way we represent ourselves, that has to change. And it's on us, sis. It's on us with conversations like these to say, okay, well,
I was saying that's the whole point of like these conversations, is to say like, hey, this isn't a time to fold. This is a time to heal. This is a time to move forward. This is a time to create. This is a time to inspire. This is a time to motivate. I can like come with 1,000 words about what this time is for, and it's everything but what they showing us.
And shout out to Colossal. I saw him slide through the thread with the Justice for Us. Because it's just
That's
us
hilarious.
For us. Go ahead, sis. My bad.
Wow.
My bad.
No, it's okay. So yeah, it's a time for all of that. So I just want to be that vessel to inspire those to create during this time, to find that place in their within themselves that they need to heal, that they wasn't paying attention to when we were so busy moving. He said
Real talk.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry. So again, we've been working. We are busy. I saw him put, and you mentioned Two Spears, so let's talk about Two Spears. Before Michael exploded, in the wake of him exploding, Colossal and I, being seniors, I feel like we're seniors. I'm not saying we old, because baby, it ain't your age, it's your impact, right?
Okay.
That way, right? Us being seniors, you know, doing what we've done, because we have catalogs and music and all of that, you get sick of yourself, right? And Michael was catastrophic, like going into his own thing, and we had all these people around us that we were already collaborating with anyway and working with, brothers, all brothers. And finally it clicked one day, like, yo, actually, I got to shout out Steadfaster Media, who is a part of Two Spears, under the umbrella of Two Spears, right? One day he was telling us a story of an African proverb. He is from Cameroon in Africa, right? And he was saying the story that was told to him was, if two of us are in a village and we both have sticks, right? And we go separate ways, right? Colossal, get your promotion on, dog. I see you, big dog.
Much love from New Orleans, Shane Blaze.
Love to everybody. Hey,
Yeah,
love to everyone. Peace and love to everyone supporting us and tuning in right now. If you
dope.
love my sister, I love you. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And if I may continue, so he's sharing this beautiful proverb. If you and I have a stick in the forest and we go separate ways and I break my stick, I'm done. But if we stay together and I break my stick, we still have a weapon together, right?
Uh-huh.
And when he said it, Colossal being Colossal, joking and being funny, he was like, 2 spears. And we laughed, right? And then from us working organically together, shout out to official John Brooks, shout out to Who is Glory. I'm giving up all their Instagram IGs. Shout out McFly, shout out Taj Mahalo and all the Lost Radicals. And all of that under that umbrella is 2 spears. And McFly is doing very well. He just got 100K on Spotify and we indie. And you know how we feel about independent, right?
Yeah, that's so
Independent is splendid, baby.
I've been trying to tell people that for the longest. 10 years ago, I was talking about that.
Well,
I'm like, I'm telling you, just take one song, right? And just multiply just that one song and keep going, and then take that and then put that, invest that into your project, invest into your own self.
Yes.
You can do it.
Yes, you can. It's not very, I mean, now the beauty is everyone is an artist today because of technology. I think, and this is a great segue because we always talking. Call me the segue king today.
The segue. Okay, segue king.
Right? This is another great segue about just COVID and the impact it's having on us, right?
Yeah.
So now people aren't able to really do venues right now. Right?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, your pot gotta have way more sauce than it used to. Because I can't go physically and see you and get that exchange of that energy live now.
Right.
I can watch the live and vibe, right? But because of the restrictions right now, so that put I'm gonna be careful, that put a reset on things. And I think that's awesome because it levels the playing field.
I think it's great.
You know what I'm saying? Despite, the people, rest in peace to the people who have lost their lives to this disease. The people that have been infected by it, the people that have lost their homes, lost their jobs. None of that is to be taken lightly, right? We're just speaking in the light of our situation and what we're doing and, us trying to reach our people, use these platforms, change the narrative, right? Have an actual impact. This is the ideal situation for us artists and us creatives now. It really is. And I've been loving it. You know what I mean? I'm actually, I'm in Cali now, but in a few weeks I'll be out of Cali because they just opened back up the airports. You know what I'm saying? And Papa got a brand new bag. Bread, peace, I see you. I got to say what's up to people. I'm random, I know.
I know, I'm like that too. It was so funny when me and Day One was talking, right? He like
salute to Day One, West Coast.
So I got to shout
what's
him
up?
out.
What's up, Day One? Yeah.
So when we was talking, I'm like, no, you don't understand. It was like 1,000 people on here, right? And I'm like, you don't get it. Like 1,000 people is giving us our time right now. But he is like so focused on the part where we're on for this conversation and let's focus in on the conversation. But me, I'm like, and that's what makes PR so great, because you're the one who's networking with the people. You're the one who's actually communicating the message, even though you're the artist and you're doing your artistry. But the PR just gives a whole different light to it.
Well, first of all, the PR is how the people get it. Public relations, promotion, right? Like, how else they gonna get it? We can package it up and make it dope, but if we don't have the skill set of, say, someone exactly like you that knows how to properly promote, like you don't even know just the way you promoted us talking today because you tagged me and I got to see like a glimpse of your algorithm. I was like, oh, I'm playing. We out here playing, sis in her bag. What have we been doing? We're going to talk about that too later. Off there. Whatever you need, and I'm going to be closer to you. So if I got to pull up, I'll pull up.
That is hilarious. I think that I want people to know, those that have a dream, that
Mm.
you literally can create the life that you want. It sounds like an infomercial every time I say it, but it's honest. It's the honest to God truth. We've been on the
Facts.
phone when I was like, bro,
Us both.
can you sit like, yeah,
Right.
like I
Wait,
need
I'm not
that.
ashamed to tell it. The day that we met in New York, I was like, sis, I'm on a shoestring budget. Let's go to Chili's. Cause right, we've
I
had
can
those.
find something on the
Right.
menu. It ain't even
Right.
about that.
No, you showed me love though. It wasn't like that. And I don't want people to think I'm cheap and I did you like that. I
No,
did my
no,
best.
that
I
ain't what
took
this
care of
is
my sister.
about.
Right,
This is
right,
about
right.
sharing a life experience of how you can plant something. And if you trust the process and
Facts.
continue to water
Thank
it,
you.
clip the
Hmm.
weeds when they try to come through, because they going to try to come through,
Every
right?
day, all day, every.
But that doesn't stop you from,
Hmm.
reaping the harvest. So,
And you've definitely reaped it. Like I remember calling
uh,
you, telling someone you were on, I think it was Dr. Oz or Steve Harvey shows, one of those shows, because you've been
uh,
heating up.
yeah,
And I was at work and they didn't believe I knew you. And I was like, yeah.
that's
FaceTimed you. I was
hilarious.
like, yes. And to me, it's those things because sometimes since we work so hard, right? We're pushing so hard, we don't stop and watch the paint dry.
Yeah,
So every chance I get, again, that's why I gave you your roses when we first talked now, is because it is important to understand how far we've come.
mm,
I was a little kid dreaming of rapping. I saw LL Cool J singing I'm Bad and told myself, yeah, I'm an MC. At 5, I was like 5, I'm telling my age right now. But I was like 5 years old, like that's what I'm gonna do. So to go from there to, so what if I'm not a Drake or anybody, I'm me, right?
right.
And own my catalog. And I gotta shout out next my people, Override Management, because someone manages you, they manage your life. You know what I mean? And just to
Oh,
have like
absolutely.
actual, right? To have like actual financial literacy now and actual impact. Mike's in position. We got guys like McFly and everything we doing at Two Spears. We constantly dropping music anyway. I got a catalog around the corner. Just to like, wow, it was a blink of it. It was all just me watching LL and saying, I can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
To here now, I got my own IPIs and I'm an ASCAP member, and even my management, Override Management, like the guy, the one of the CEOs of Override Management, we're gonna call him Morpheus because
Morpheus.
what's understood ain't got to be said. You
No,
know what I'm talking about?
absolutely. Yeah, it speaks for
And
itself.
because he kind of really opened my eyes up to a lot of things, and this gentleman has worked with everyone. I'm not talking about just today, like Chris Brown. We can go back to Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, and like as a matter of fact, I'm gonna send you a picture. He just got his plaque for Undecided. He's the author of. He wrote the original record, which is "I Love Your Smile" by an artist named Shanice.
Oh
Shout
yeah,
out
you
to
was
her.
telling me that. Yeah, you was telling
Right.
me that the
So
other
to,
day.
to
Yeah.
to just be able to sit with people like Morpheus and you again, I know I'm not here by chance, and it all
Not at
started with
all.
a little boy just wanting to rap.
And
Right?
we did an interview. Remember, we spoke. We had. This is
Yes,
crazy. I think
before
this is
this,
like,
we had
yeah,
plans to do an
like a
interview.
long time ago.
Right, but timing, I heard someone say something beautiful about time and place.
Hey, Mr.
That
Blunt. I'm
salute,
just
Mr.
saying
Blunt.
hello.
No, say hello to everyone. Please do,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
they
it's
keeping us
hard.
rocking. You know what I'm
And,
saying? I remember I lost my
Guy
train of
Kevin,
thought.
sorry, I was like
No
chimed in
worries.
saying hello. Guy Kevin Kidd, hello. Thank you so much for chiming
That's
in.
what's up.
He
That's what's
was my
up.
inspiration to start bodybuilding, because I was a yogi before I started bodybuilding. And then
Ah.
yeah, and then like 3 years ago, has it been
Mm-hmm.
3 years almost? My heart had stopped and I was in intensive care. So that
I
changed the whole
remember
game.
that. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
was going hard in the gym. You had gym outfits for you had like 2 gym outfits a day. I remember. I ain't
That
trying
is
to
so
cap. No
funny.
cap. No,
Yeah.
remember you used to keep
No,
your
I was
gloves
going
on?
crazy. I was
Remember you had the
boxing.
workout gloves, like
Yeah,
you was
I was
going
doing all
ham.
of it. But what I
And
wasn't doing was resting though. I was
and if
with the
you remember,
hashtag all
I'm
work, no
gonna do
sleep.
my I told you so. If you remember, I
Yeah.
said, sis, I know you going hard. I get it. Your body got rice over you, baby girl. Slow down. And he was like, oh, I'm fine. And then I didn't even hear from you because of You were in the hospital and everything. And when you finally got out and told me, I was like, okay, she got it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's everyone doesn't vibrate like us. I'm casually like, oh yeah, my homeboy works for the Earth Guardian. We talk to the chief of police and I own my own catalog and wait till y'all see what we do next, right?
Right.
And two spears and all. That's cool. But at the end of the day, it's really about your greatest wealth is your health. Your
Oh, for
accomplishments are
sure.
just in a reflection of the real ism. Yeah, we
Uh-huh.
talking town business now. I got to throw up the Ocho E sign and the murder. The real ism, what up, Irv? The real ism is understanding your wealth and your value and your presence and being present. Oh, and that's what I was talking about, time and place, right? When we were talking about the interview, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I believe it didn't happen when it was at that time because it wasn't supposed to. And to confirm that, right, we have memories of where we were at certain times and certain places,
Uh-huh.
and we'll return to that place, and that place will be completely foreign to us. It's the same place, but it's a different time now. You
Right.
can't get that time back,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, you can try to rush something, and it won't be time yet, right?
But it's so crazy because I found it.
What? You got it?
Remember,
Play it,
yeah,
play it, play it, play it, play
no,
some,
because
play some.
remember I
Okay.
played it for you. I sent it to your messenger. I don't know if
Yep.
you listened to it because I was like,
You know
wow.
I be with the ish. I'm trying
Colosso
not
is
to curse.
on here.
Middle. I remember middle.
Remember middle,
I
and
took
then
you
it was
back.
also that was, and I also talked to the guy that produced the ghetto. Too
Funky,
short.
funky, yeah. Who
Yeah.
was that? Yeah, we got
Oh
a
my
bunch of OGs.
god.
You know, my uncle was lined up with them. That's how I got my line.
I was on the phone with him. We had a whole conversation.
Wow. That's a
Um,
fact.
yeah,
Well, you
it's
know,
amazing how many people that took shout out to Napoleon, to
yeah,
Mika,
Moon.
to
Sound like a Moon.
oh
Oh, and welcome
man,
home to Loon, aka Amir. We happy for you, bro.
yeah,
We happy to
absolutely.
see you home,
Prayers
man. And
that
he's on some prison reform now, right?
uh
So just give it some time. But when the opportunity presents itself, we stand behind him, we support him, and he's welcome at Justice for Us. And stay tuned because there's some stuff. You know, I don't like to talk when things aren't in stone because you look fugazi.
right.
But if you know your brother, we
But it
all
will
right.
show though, absolutely. The also
Yeah.
the point of doing these conversations is that I had started doing these workshops.
Okay.
Unlock your fears and release your fullest potential. You know, teaching people
Whew.
not to let fear paralyze them. You
Whew.
know what I mean? Like fear really
Yeah.
paralyzes people. Doubt kills dreams. It kills people. Doubt,
Yeah. I
literally.
always tell people I can deal with haters. I can't be around doubters because they will place the seed of hypocrisy on your heart. They'll convince you
Absolutely.
to doubt yourself. I don't
Uh-huh.
got time. I already got enough people doubting me. I don't got time to entertain none. What y'all think of me is none of my business.
Time,
You feel
coffee
me?
time.
We gonna get to these bags. We gonna inform our people. We gonna change the narrative. We're already doing it. You feel me? Like I've
I'm so excited.
diversified. Sis, I've diversified. I'm into real estate as well. I just didn't want to just burn like sound like an infomercial. Oh yeah, by the way,
Uh-huh.
I do this, I do.
Right.
But when you got 9, let me hold it up.
Nice.
9, I gotta move. If I sit still, I get knocked down. It catch up to me and knock me down.
Oh yeah, you could
You know what
become
I'm
your
saying?
worst. You could become your worst enemy.
So
You
tell me
yourself.
more about this workshop and the
Oh
right,
yeah.
continue.
So
Right.
the workshop literally was birthed because there was a deal that was set before me.
Mm-hmm.
We went back and forth for like 6 months. You know, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Mm-hmm.
things, like people, when you get a certain deal, you're not just sitting at the table and then it just appears.
Right,
Like
right, right.
there is some negotiation, there is some contracts that need to be revised, edited. It's a bunch of things that take place. But
Mm.
it got me to this place. My journey got me to this place. And then I
Mm-hmm.
decided not, you know, for one, my integrity. I feel
Come
like
on
if
with
my
it.
integrity is any way going to be I need a word.
Question.
Yes.
Tested.
I can't be a part of that. And then the other half was fear. Fear of feeling like, man, am I actually worth this? Fear of what are they gonna think of me? Fear of now is gonna bring on a whole nother group of people and literally like the man in 300. I'm gonna be like fighting a real live war. Because every time when a man has made it, no matter what that may look like when you say you made it,
Right.
but when you've made it out, now everybody is looking at you somehow in some way, whether they want to admit it or not.
Yes.
Can you save me? Can we do it together? Can I get
now they believe, right? Right.
And it's like, once again, going back to what Bishop Jake saying, when people need you rather than feeding into you, it doesn't mean that our relationship is one-sided where I'm giving. What that means is that I'm giving to you. It's going to be a cycle, and we're going to be giving to each other, and we both can help each other grow.
Because
I feel
that's
like
the
the best
only
I
way
could
we
do
can
for
grow.
people is to be that. You know what I mean? And not to just take things just because of that monetary form. That song, Reflection, the part where Colossal's verse, I played that snippet on under the flyer for a reason.
Shouts out to you. I saw you.
Because that's the point of doing this. It's not always about just giving someone
It's
a check
monetary
and saying,
gain.
here.
Right.
It's not just about that. It's about feeding your
And
mind.
can we chime in on that song, Reflections?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I tell you how that song came to be? So we were in the middle of, in between last year into this year, we kind of restructured. We've all been restructuring due to the obvious reasons, right? But in between the time of last year, I want to say up until about February, we shot time in March, right? So up until about February, you had the COD album come out, you had the Dark Black album come out, you had various compilations come out. So we were kind of spreading ourselves thin, right? And I was like, I need to just go in there and just do a solo joint. I want to just black out. Play me something, man. Play me something that's me. You know it's me. I swear to you, that was the first song, Colossal, the instrumental he played. We were literally sitting outside of the studio, right? Shout out to Little Warriors. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
So everybody some love.
Right.
Yeah.
So make the long story longer. I'm a student of the game, and I always heard people say Jay-Z blacks out on 7 chords. And if you listen to like Allure, Dead Presidents, all these songs have 7 chord arrangements, right? So I didn't know it, but Reflection is 7 chords. So I spit like 6 verses. That's those verses chopped up and edited, and Colossal is speaking in between. And it sounds like he's on a phone, right? Like a real payphone, right?
Yes, it does.
My dude in the studio, shout out to Little Warrior Studios again, my guy, Deegan. He has a real telephone with the XLR, like the mic cable that he plugs into the setup, and Colossal was on a real phone saying everything. And it was so crazy, right? Each verse was like one take, boom, 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 because you know my creative process. We could talk about that later, right? Boom, boom, boom. Colossal was like, I'm going to go say something in between the verses and fill it up, and I'm going to just big you up. I said, well, I'm going to go outside and smoke because my head is so big, I don't even want to hear what you said. So I heard it in real time like you heard it because I just did my verses and that's it. I don't want to take up our time talking about me being a rapper. Everyone knows I rap. Right.
No, that's dope. I like when you share the process of that. Sometimes it gives a different light, you know, to the situation and the way that people look.
Right. And the verses there's a part, my favorite part in there is when I say, shit, I got to do it for my daughters and my sons. Ocho E is the reason that we did it, which is hindsight now. I'm explaining, right? Yeah, I got to go farther than some. Never change, handle mine on my pivot. Like I'm going to handle mine on my tube. You know what I mean? That's my favorite part because I'm reflecting in that song. I even shout out Mike, right? I'm like, yo, M, I remember we was in your mom's apartment. I was telling you, dude, your day is coming. And that's the best thing about him. Like, yeah, money's cool. We all need that. I'm not fronting on that.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby, I love Jordans and PS4,
You a
right?
sneakerhead.
You
Yeah.
know that. Facts, right? Don't make me pull up a pair. I got a fresh pair right here. You know how we do,
That's
right?
funny.
And it was just like to see what I saw in him, to see someone of Irv Gotti's caliber, who's been Jay-Z's friend since '87.
Yeah.
Ja Rule, DMX, Ashanti, like to
Oh,
see,
that's crazy.
right?
Did you just mention those? Because I'm talking to Jimmy Kendrick next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
And he's produced with Jay-Z, with
Everyone.
Ashanti and all of them. So that's
Everyone.
gonna
Yep.
be a dope
Yep. And shout out
conversation.
to him. Peace to
Mm-hmm.
him too as well. Right? So when
Mm-hmm.
Irv gave us the call that he was rocking with Mike, what made me like ecstatic wasn't the money in the budget. It was like I knew I wasn't crazy when I met this 12-year-old kid at the time who didn't have Jordans. He didn't have PS4. He had a full production studio at 12. Wait, the
Wow.
plot thickens. Jay-Z paid for his college tuition.
That's
And maybe
funny.
another time, because we're running out of time, they'll
I
figure
know,
out
I'm
why
looking at the time.
I'm wearing this old Rockaware jacket. Look at this.
That's hilarious.
It's the same jacket in the photo that you promoted. This jacket over 20 years old. We'll tell that story later, how, my connection to Jay's family, because I never met Jay directly, but I've been, a fly on the wall to some people that rock with him. And just to see it come full circle, you here with us. I got Morpheus in the background. We got Two Spears. Mike is at the pinnacle. Like, yo, we gonna have to charge them for the next interview, sis. They gonna have to, verses or something, gonna have to holler at us. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's so crazy. Like the conversations that's coming up with the people that are coming on to these lives with me is just going to be just amazing, because I've never really posted everything that I've done and people that I've worked with. There was no need to do that. I just wanted to, like, be a part of a team and do something different, do something that's never been done before. And now this is a time to keep me also inspired. I got to make sure that I'm good too, because you can break at any time. Like if you really
Listen,
take in what's
along
going
our
on.
way, we both can vouch. It wasn't just you calling and saying, hey, bruh, I remember calling. Do you remember one day I was working third shift somewhere and I was like, sis, we in the storm now, but there's a day going to come where our time is going to come. We're going to persevere. You remember that?
Yeah, that's
well,
crazy.
Look at you now. You got a platform. I can get on your niggas don't know me like that, pardon my French. Those that know. But I never cared about the glow. I just want the dough. Right. But to give me this
TV, that wasn't a plan. TV was not the plan. Like it was just I didn't even know what PR was, to be honest with you. I just wanted to be a part of the team. Focus said you my PR. Focus said you my PR.
I remember.
Like,
and peace to Focus. Salute King. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
One of the illest producers alive to this day. I'm gonna get right. We talked about that. We're gonna get right.
I love that man. Okay, to the day that I take my last breath, even if we don't talk every day. You understand? Like he has a beautiful wife. He has some amazing children. First and foremost, he's a father first. That's all I've ever seen. Even though I've seen at times where, he would create Sundays, it was straight for the family. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't talking to nobody. He wouldn't take no emails, none of that. Because Sunday he would like literally give to his family. And there were times would be on the phone and he would be doing his father duties. So I thought it was pretty dope to add that you're a full-time father on
it's gotta be
social media flyer.
I had
to do that.
I'm surprised ain't nobody kicked in the door and asked for some Pringles or some Nutter Butters or something downstairs. But that's because, Mama Bear down there making sure the Cubs don't bother Papa Bear. But normally, you would have got bum rushed.
No, I think it's the dopest thing, because we need to show that
there are Black fathers responsible. I'm not on no drugs. I have no criminal record, and that's not judging people that do, because life deals us cards, right?
Absolutely.
I'm just counting my blessings and saying that I was able to get through the storm. We still in a storm, but I was able to get through storms, and I know that was from the Most High. And I know for us to cross paths and have these type of conversations, these are the confirmations that there are still beautiful people in the world. There are still beautiful things happening in the world, and we have an obligation to each other to highlight that. So thank you, because had you not, we talked about this like last month, and I was like, I want to be on the show, and you was like, baby, I'm booked for this month.
No, it
So
is
as soon as you told me you was open, what? I'm here. We're here.
It's amazing how, sometimes artists, they don't want to come on a live.
Girl, I ain't got no show money right now. Ain't no venues right now. What's up with it? And again, I ain't hurting either. God is good. I'm just saying, like, we got to be, like you said, we have to be more vocal. I think the positive people doing positive things have to become more vocal, because there's so many other messages being pumped and pushed and different agendas right now that we're not even going to dive into, right? It's nice to see something out of every 50, to just see that one black lion or that one true king saying, hey, I'm a king. I'm here with my babies right now. Yeah, the music is cool, but you should hear the conversations I have with my children, because they're all different. You know what I mean? And they're all special, and they all matter. And more importantly, they're our future, and the children of the world are going to be their companions tomorrow. So it don't just stop with my babies. It starts, it's for all of us. I'm like, ODB, we for the kids. You know what I mean? Outlaw children hustling over everything. You know what I'm saying?
I think if someone took a glance at the recent IGTVs that I've been doing, they would see a lot of positive black.
I'm about to watch like half of them tonight, and I feel bad that I'm not more informed. But we cooking, so we gotta cook. It's just when I take a break from cooking, I'm gonna come in your kitchen and see what you cooked. You know what I mean? So yeah, I gotta get up on it more, and I support you. Anything I can do, it's done. I just really appreciate us, because we talk like this anyway. This ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? It's just you like, yo, bro, I got a platform. Come slide through and press them. All right, well, one more time, just in case they didn't hear me, don't forget Justice for Us. Please, we're asking people to submit videos about their experience with police brutality. We're becoming more vocal. We've already did protests at the state capitol. We're working with the chief of police on defunding the police. We're educating people on reform. You go to our site, there's even information about mental health services. If you just need someone to talk to, just us for us. I wanted to stress that. And I gotta give a special shout out to my family, Override Management, and my OG Morpheus, because he took me from ashy to classy. And stay tuned, because we got something in the works with Michael on that too. And I just, I watched you evolve from Miss Slim, the PR, to, you know what? I am Sherontelle. This is who I am. So this is who you're going to get, to motivational speaker, to now it's like, yo, when you do the movie, we got to be involved on some level. I don't care if I'm carrying your luggage at this point, but you got the book in the movie. Because there's a chapter of your life that we've discussed briefly that was a whole nother transformation before we met.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
And that's like 5, 6 movies in itself. So, we love you, Queen. We celebrate you. I'm going to keep saying
Thank you. I celebrate you as well. Oh, man. Thank you so much for giving me your time. We're talking about an entire hour.
Yeah, but it's our time. It's our time to talk to our people and tell them it's their time. Yeah. And we can do it as a collective. We don't got to all agree, but we got to all be able to understand.
Right. The greatest tragedy, I believe, is like a person who's living an unfulfilled life, a person who doesn't know their
Can you
purpose,
imagine?
just lost.
Can you imagine?
And that's why I want to have more of these conversations. I want people to know you
Mm.
can do it. Like, you can really make
Yes.
it. You just got to push through a
Yes.
bunch of stuff, though. It ain't going to happen
Yeah,
overnight.
and you know what else is beautiful? Which we gotta, let's take a time out to say this, and they're not even named. It's just random people along the way, right? When
Right.
people see you really trying to do something,
They come
then
through.
they come through and they'll pat you. And you know what that is, in my humble belief?
Yeah.
That's a confirmation that God loves you. Because we don't see them coming. We just working. We digging, and somebody says, hey, here's some gloves. You don't want to get splinters.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, thank you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's still that you still cannot cheat the grind. The grind is going to give you everything you give it. But it's nice to know along that journey that people appreciate it, you know? And that was my main purpose for us talking today. I don't want the world to hear it. I didn't want one part. I wouldn't care if it was 100 or 1,000. Hey, this woman right here, y'all, is a
Thank
gem.
you.
She's a real one. And she's never sold me a wood nickel. Ever. Okay? And here's the thing we're expressing to everyone that's listening. If I can do it with 9 kids, so can you. If she can do it with her 2 beautiful children and everything else she has going on.
3.
3, forget. Ooh, 3rd one don't hurt uncle.
See,
right?
we both. It's so crazy.
You added one, I took one. You tried to give me one. You tried.
I'm like, it's another one. You know, those challenges as a woman in itself. Oh, look, there he goes. Davion Bots World Studios. Shout out to
Salute, King.
Bots. He's on my IGTV.
I'm gonna dig in. We're gonna talk,
really dope.
and you're gonna know I'm informed next time we talk.
Yeah,
for sure. You're gonna know
really
I watch.
dope. He offered me a PR job for his new label that he's coming out with. So I'm definitely accept that.
Nice.
Sure.
Well, we gotta talk about some other things too, because I left out a girl. I got real estate too.
It's so much stuff, right?
Right. Look at him.
Yeah, it's so much stuff. Oh, one of the quotes I always say on these conversations. One of the greatest enemies of fulfillment of purpose is procrastination and broken focus. Dr. Cindy Trim. How do you through everything, when you're a father, a husband, a friend, you're so many in one, right? How do you continue to stay focused and continue to create? Because that's what I want really people to know.
Rest in peace, Nipsey. He said something that my father used to tell me too, but Nipsey said it in a slightly it was relative though. The most genius thing that we did was never quit. So even on the ugliest days, because I'll give you really a quick in-depth of that, right? Never quit. Never. If this is your passion and this is what you love, right? Like one of our mottos at Overwrite, right? Shout out to Morpheus, is we don't want to be stars, right? The record is the star. The content will outlive you. We've already seen this. Marvin Gaye, Tupac, Nipsey, your content will outlive you. We don't focus on being a star. We focus on making the content a star. Putting all of those ingredients we talking about into it. And I just never gave up. Like I had one period on child number 6 where I had to restructure things. It was like, I can't just be a rapper now. I got to make sure before I'm a rapper, my daddy duties are fulfilled. I can't be out here rapping and my kid's hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I tried to stop, and I worked 2 jobs, and I did all of that. And I'm just being honest. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, I believe in God.
Right.
Pushed me right back. He was like, just because you stop, the world doesn't. So never quit.
Never.
And the reason why I have a 10+ album catalog, yes, baby, 10+. I'm proud of it. Because the industry insiders know what that means.
You should be.
Right? It's because I never quit. And it's even deeper because now when I go back and listen, I can tell you which child was born and what was going on. You can listen to the music and say, oh, he only had 4 because he's only talking about 3 on this album, right? Or whatever
Yeah.
the case, right? I did it
Hmm.
again with the numbers. Ever since you took one, I took one and you added.
That is
But no,
that is
if I really quick, because I know our time is, that's the key thing I'll say
yes.
to anyone with 9 children and the odds stacked against me being a black man at 41 years old, and I'm proud of it. I never gave up. And now we writing our own destiny. Facts.
That is so
Facts.
interesting that you were talking about content. I was listening to a music conference
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago, and the
Mm-hmm.
guy was saying that we need to replace the content with a message. Because
Mm.
the industry is so congested with so much content, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like, what are you saying to our people? What is your message? What are you trying to convey? I think that is like so important. We can
That is.
talk. We can talk forever.
We definitely can, and we definitely will later, like we always do. But I again thank you, and that's what we need to be focused on. I'm glad that we got this time to talk about it and kind of give people for the people that are like-minded like us, our A-alikes, a confirmation. For the people
Uh-huh.
that may not be A-alikes yet, but they're on their way and they may have just needed someone to say, no matter what's in front of you, you can. All you have to do is believe. Don't give up on yourself, and don't forget along the way to smile and enjoy some of it, because I'm telling you, man, I remember I was 21 and thought I was gonna be the next Hove. You feel me? And now I'm like, you know what? I could never be Hove, but I'm glad I'm me.
Me too. I don't want to be nobody else
You know
but
what I'm
that.
saying? I could never be anyone else, but I'm
Yeah,
glad I'm me. And I'm
yeah.
glad to call you my sister.
Oh,
So
I'm glad to call you my brother.
don't forget
Seriously,
next time you come to,
I think I
right?
even put that in the caption. Like, I'm so excited about having a conversation with my brother, because that's exactly who you have been to me. Like,
Thank
I have
you.
been able to meet some people because of you. You talk about me,
Vice
and
versa. It
like
was some people that didn't know who I was till you took my name in the room. So thank
oh,
you.
wow,
Thank
yes.
you. Facts.
I'm overwhelmed by your compliments. I seriously am,
I
because
had to
that
give it up because everybody else been lacking. They come and want to just talk about them. I ain't got to talk about me. I came here to talk about you.
I came here to have a conversation, so I
Well, this
appreciate
is
that.
we still had
This
a
is our
conversation,
conversation. Yeah.
but you had to get your roses now. And we not done. We just getting started. You know what I'm saying?
I was listening to my brother, June Archer. He spoke at one of my events. He's an amazing guy. He's from like
Mm,
this is 50, and producer of
mm,
Behind the Unsigned on VH1,
mm,
a whole catalog of things. It's very difficult
mm-hmm,
for me to like sit and say everything that he's done, but he's an amazing guy.
mm-hmm,
He's been a really big mentor, and
mm-hmm,
he has said to me and one of my other friends that you should
mm-hmm.
never shy away from the things that you've done or the people that you've worked with, because
Mm-mm.
that's an inspiration and motivates someone else, because it's not about us at the end of the day. It's about the people,
Facts.
right? And so if we
Facts.
shy away and never even show them what it looks like to grow when you're coming from all odds stacked against you to
Man,
where we at today,
man.
you've done great. You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
I've spoken at a couple
And
of
you have
schools.
done great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've spoken at a couple of schools because I think it's important to plant the seed. It is not my
Mm.
job to change anybody. I don't like, what do you think they're gonna, I don't know what they're gonna change. But what I can
Mm.
say is, let me plant the seed, because eventually, maybe in their 20s, maybe in their 30s, they may remember that woman that came to their school and said it's okay to be different. They may remember that
That
woman that
way.
said, wow, she's from Cleveland and she was able to do XYZ. I can do it too. Because I always tell
Mm.
them, like, it doesn't matter what the current circumstances look like. What you do with them current circumstances is what's going to determine your outcome. It doesn't
That
like
way.
it's going to be, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what them kids are looking at in school. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like,
Man.
what their life look like. They could be going home getting beaten every day. They could be going
Yeah.
home to an empty refrigerator. They could be
Yeah.
going home to so many different situations, but I need to plant that seed somewhere so that hopefully somewhere down the line in their life they pick up something and create their own blueprint. And that's what I want everyone to do. Create your own blueprint.
Mm,
I don't have the steps. I always say that. Like I don't have the steps to success and step one, step two, step three. So I don't have that. What I have is my
mm,
experiences. What I have is
mm,
my story. And
mm.
I'm sharing that with you, and you can take something from it or you don't. But I'm putting it out there because that's what I'm supposed to do. You know
That's
what I
what's
mean?
up.
That's what I'm hoping to get through these conversations. It's like create what you want, believe it,
Oh
and know it's gonna
yeah.
and trust the process.
I know we gonna probably go over time. Just stop me whenever you need to.
Oh, but you know what Instagram does is that it pops up. Like I
Okay.
think like the last 2 minutes or whatever, and then
Okay.
I'll throw that out there and
Okay.
then you can, yeah.
Cool. Cool. So,
So go ahead.
like I took a lot of flack for not picking certain beats early in my career. Like, yo, why you ain't do this? I never forget. It was like 2015, and one of my African partners was like, "This album is too East Coast,"
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, because I'm from deep East Oakland. I grew up in East Oakland. Popping the collar, you know what I'm talking about, right? Right? And out here, there's a certain sound locally. I don't always fit in that equation because I'm a East Oakland implant, and that's another conversation, right? Nevertheless, when he said that, I realized like people will never be satisfied with you. And I feel
Right.
like that was one of my best efforts in 2015. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
People will never be, and it did the best successfully, like financially for me thus far, right? People will
One
never,
minute, 1 minute and 46 seconds.
good looking, because I'll keep going, right? But
Yep.
what I got from that was people will never be satisfied. You have to be comfortable with you. You have to understand that what works for you may not work for everyone else,
Absolutely.
right? And embrace that. And when you embrace that, then it's like, like we say in the town, you got that ism. And that ism is too real for TV. You can put it on TV, but that is like even to this day, Pop would say it all the time. I didn't get the game until I got to Oakland. And that's what Oakland gave me also was that ism. You feel me? And it's surreal because like my background with the Outlaws and
Yep.
everything and how I got blessed to be around them and just that whole, you know what I mean? So,
I mean, to like be a part of that project, Life of an Outlaw, like, can you remember? You was like, oh man, ooh, that's a whole nother conversation. We don't
yep.
even have time
Right,
for it.
right, right.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
you, sis.
But yeah, I
Thank you
love you
so
too. Thank
much.
you.
I'll be
Thank
back at
you.
you like I left something, all right?
All right. Love,
All right.
light, and energy.
Love.